So I just wanted to tell my story about extremist Islamists in the UK. Me and my wife had to flee the UK around 2 years ago. A group of Muslims accused my wife of apostasy. My wife's never been a Muslim. The threats and attacks started off small, and then they just ended up just so violent. I've been stabbed, I've been beaten, I've been stamped, I've been hit with a car. I was hit in the head so hard at one point, my ears still ring now, almost 2 years later. I could barely see. Eventually, once I was kind of beaten and battered and incapacitated, a group of men sexually assaulted my wife, and we just decided to flee the UK. We've been running ever since. We have no home. We have nowhere where we can go. We're just living on money that we have saved until we run out and die. Anytime we've returned to the UK, our phones will ring, or somebody will spot us, or somebody will know who we are, and I just have to live in this hell. And my wife's just so mentally ill from it all of the packing up and just living out of bags. We just don't have anywhere that we can call a home. We've got no protection. We can't defend ourselves. We can't speak out. We can't say anything. People ask us why we didn't go to the police. The truth is because the police is on their side, and they always are. We've got people raping children getting 3 months in prison, and then a white English person posting about it on the internet and getting 30 months in prison. And this is just insane. There wasn't a point where I was being attacked where I wouldn't try and defend myself. I can't just sit there and just let them beat me because of a faith that they have that seems to be favoured by the UK government. So I'd fight back, and I knew damn well it would be turned around on me, and it would be cast as a hate crime, Islamophobia, be racially aggravated, and they would turn it around on me because it was me against a group of them. My life's been ruined. I don't have a home anymore. And we just keep pushing on. But the truth is we don't have anywhere to go. I looked to seek asylum in the US, and every single lawyer that I spoke to said that it's too precarious because you're too white and you're from England. You can't get asylum. So basically, me and my wife's life now is just to roam around the earth until we run out of money. And when we run out of money, I don't have the answer for you. I hope this helps. Thanks for listening.
This is a heartbreaking plea for help from a strong, honorable man who just want to defend his family, who just want to provide for his family, and who's been abandoned and betrayed, apparently, by his own government. Mind-blowing. The once Great Britain favors radical jihadists, rapists, and murderers, and just criminals, illegal migrants over their own people. And this is not the first time that I hear a story like this. And trust me, I've been really trying hard to find out, it's just the algorithm playing with me and just send me these crazy stories because of the work that I'm doing, studying and researching all these things so I can come and make videos for you. But every Brit that I spoke to, and I have very, very good friends from the UK that I trust, men and women from all aspects of life, businessmen, CEOs, former dancers and performers, people that came from the right and the left, they're telling me the same. They're telling me we're thinking of moving to Dubai. They're thinking of moving to the US. We're thinking of going back to Israel. We just can't stay here because if you even try to stand up against these things, the police will arrest you. If you tweet against it, you might get arrested. Meanwhile, you have these radical jihadists being protected by the government. The fact that he needs to come and share such a heartbreaking story. What a badge of shame on the once great United Kingdom, Britain, that this is how their citizens are talking right now, that they need to flee the country because they're not feeling safe, because they're not protecting it. But I tell you what, this is not happening only in the UK. I'm feeling it starting to happen here in Germany, especially for minorities. Myself, including many other minorities, are feeling less and less safe being here in Europe. And I tell you why. I mean, a lot of people that I'll talk to in the street tell me, yeah, we agree with you. But the thing is, it needs to come from the government. It needs to come from the policy making. Here in Europe, here in Germany, the chances of the authorities stopping a radical jihadist from hurting an innocent civilian just because he doesn't agree with his faith or just because they're just a bunch of radical cuckoo heads is almost zero. The chances of them coming after the crime was committed is very high. And then the chances of them shaming anyone that will try to shed light about what happened here, this happened because Islam came and invaded Europe, is very high as well. So when you have this political correct system that is so easily exploited by radical jihad, then no wonder it's gonna be. And there's so many people that have been warning Europe. I mean, watch this video. This just kind of sums it up for you.
Only 15 years old, who repeatedly told social workers that she had been gang raped. Instead of helping her, they allowed her to marry her main abuser in an Islamic ceremony. The social worker even attended the ceremony. The ringleader of the Rochdale rape gang, Shabir Ahmed, was actually employed as a welfare rights officer by Oldham Council. In another case, a man tried to rescue his young daughter from being raped, but instead of protecting her, the police arrested her dad. I spoke to a mother whose daughter was raped by taxi drivers of Pakistani origin. When she complained to social services, they said that if she dared to raise the matter again, she would lose her daughter. And I spoke to a retired police officer who was himself told by a senior officer at the time to stop investigating abuse by Pakistani origin taxi drivers in Bradford because the police locally did not want to offend Bradford's Muslim community. So these crimes were deliberately covered up by people in authority because so-called community relations were seen as more important than protecting young girls. Madam Deputy Speaker, this is a disgrace.
Wow. Well, what can I say after this? And here's another video for you. Watch this. It kind of helps you sums up what is the problem that no one want to talk about.
What is the country with the highest Muslim crime rate in Europe? Most people don't realize that the country with the fewest Muslims in Europe is Lithuania, where there are no more than 3,000 Muslims. So what is the country with the highest Muslim crime rate in Europe? Fifth place, Belgium, which has a Muslim population of about 700,000 and where Brussels was once one of the places where ISIS members gathered. Fourth place, Sweden, where reports have shown that most of the suspects in sex crimes in some areas are from immigrant backgrounds, and where there is a Muslim population of more than 1 million. Third place, Britain, where many cities have a heavy gang culture combined with religious extremism. Britain has a Muslim population of more than 3 million. Second place, Germany, which has about 5.3 million Muslims, a large number of whom are Syrian and Afghan refugees, and where suspected immigrants account for about 30% of criminal offenses. Before announcing the first place, write in the comments section what you think is the country with the highest Muslim crime rate in Europe. The country in the first place has a Muslim population of more than 6 million people, and many crimes are related to Muslims. This country is
France. So take a wild guess. What is common to all these countries that are just plunging themselves into chaos, terrorism, civil disorder, crime in the streets, sexual crimes, right, left, and center? Minors are not feeling safe to be there. Women are not safe anymore to go to the bakery and get a baguette or croissant or a bucha on a Sunday morning. What is happening to Europe? What is happening to the UK? The United Kingdom, the Great Britain that once ruled over the 7 seas, went and explored the entire planet, was one of the most feared and respected countries that gave birth to the United States of America, that so much came from the UK, that stood and saved planet Earth from the Nazis. Churchill and the United Kingdom were alone standing against the greatest darkness ever known to mankind, and stood strong and tall and defeated them and stopped them and went and fought them in the streets, in the trenches, in the mountains. What have happened to the Great Britain that today they're just rolling over and letting Ahmed, Abdul and Mahmoud to come and do whatever they want as they invade their country? And not only they're letting them, they're actually helping them. They're actually helping them by silencing and shaming their own citizens so they don't dare to come and stop this invasion that is happening to them. Nothing good have ever happened from radical Islam entering single country. Nothing good have ever happened from Islam becoming a majority in a Christian nation. Look at Lebanon, look at Syria. They were great Christian countries. Look what's happened to them right now. Syria is basically an ISIS state. Lebanon have been plunged, one of the most beautiful countries on the face of this earth, have been plunged into civil war and disorder. One of the poorest countries in the world right now. Every place where Islam becomes a majority goes down the drain, except from Dubai, Dubai, I guess, except from Dubai, and a few other small examples over there. But shouldn't that just give you an example of a real threat that is coming towards the West? And when they come to your country and they rape your daughters, they murder your children, and they come and beat up your people, and what you do, instead of taking them and kicking them out to where they came from, you go and you protect them, and you start raiding your own citizens just because they're white and Christian, and start checking their phones if you tweeted something offensive. These guys are raping your daughters, and you're concerned about a woman praying outside in the street out loud? That is what's bothering you? All these things, I'm not making them up. Either way, it's just mind-blowing, and I honestly don't know if the United Kingdom will survive this. They survived the Nazis. They survived the Spanish Armada that came with 137 ships sailing at them to raid England and plunge and destroy and burn that kingdom down. They survived that. But they're not surviving Ahmed, Mahmoud, and Abdul, who were just licking goats back in their country and now are coming to their country to go and do very, very bad things to their women, to their daughters, to their children. That they can't survive. How do you destroy a once so proud nation so efficiently, so badly, so quickly? How do you do that? Leave that in the comment if you want. Let's talk about this. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, feel free to do the like, share, subscribe. Go and check my Patreon if you want to help support my work that I'm doing here, because after all, I'm doing this for free and out of my own free time. I did that with one breath. And until then, don't do anything stupid. And in general, don't let religious radicals come into your country. That never turns well. Never. Doesn't matter which religion it is. It never goes well for you. Wake up and start securing your own border. And my prayer with this man, that someone will help him reach and get some kind of an asylum in a sane country like the United States of America, or maybe even Israel, somewhere that he can be safe to live with his wife and build a family without the fear that the government will turn on him or the jihadists will come and hunt him down. Crazy, crazy. Anyway, stay safe. See you next time.